Have you ever been using Illustrator and something happens and you're just not sure why? Well, that's what this video is for. I'm going to show you 10 different things that happen in Illustrator. These are very common things, and also how to fix them. If these end up being helpful to you, please make sure you subscribe to support the channel. Okay, so the first item we're going to discuss is the bounding box is missing or is acting strange. So if you're experiencing this, you've most likely accidentally hidden the bounding box. And there are two ways to bring that back. Go up to View, and right here where it says Show Bounding Box. And the keyboard shortcut for this on Mac is Shift-Command-B, and then on Windows it's Shift-Control-B. Now you can resize and you can rotate just like you did before. Okay, next up is you can't seem to select anything except for one particular object. Well, this is because you're in isolation mode. So all you have to do is hit Escape on your keyboard, and then another way to get back out of isolation mode is to go up here to where this gray bar is and just click back one level. Also, if you're stuck in isolation mode, just click anywhere inside the document to bring you back to normal mode. Okay, next up is your stroke thickness is not changing when you're resizing. So let's say we wanted to scale this down. And as we are going down right here, this is actually maintaining the thickness. So what you want to do is go over here to your transform panel, and you want to make sure that show options, not hide options, is being shown here. And you want to make sure that scale, strokes, and effects are checked. And now you can go back down here, and as you scale that, then those strokes will actually scale proportionately. Okay, next up you want to pick up everything in your design and move it over. But when you click on anywhere inside your design, it's only moving individual pieces and not the entire design itself. No, these objects are not ungrouped. What's happening is you've accidentally activated direct selection. So instead of selecting the entire artwork exactly as it is, you've accidentally hit A on your keyboard, which has activated the direct select tool. So it's only going to pick up those individual elements that are part of your overall design. So come over here and make sure that direct selection is not checked. You want to select selection, which is V on your keyboard. Okay, next up is your artboard is empty when you open your file. Well, this is actually a very simple fix. This is assuming, of course, that your file actually has artwork inside of it. So in cases like this, the most likely cause is that you're just zoomed in too far and everything is actually off of the artboard. When you're previewing your file, it's only going to show you what's in the artboard, not what's off of the artboard. So if you want to see your artwork when you're previewing your file, make sure it is on your artboard. All right, next up is trying to apply gradients to your artwork. And for me personally, this is one of the most frustrating tools in all of Illustrator, because when you come over here and you click on gradient, nothing happens. You've got your artwork selected, you are clicking and dragging, and nothing is actually happening to your artwork. Well, that's because gradient has its own panel in Illustrator, and for some reason, it doesn't automatically activate when you click on the gradient tool. So my gradient panel is mixed in over here on the right side, but if you don't see yours, make sure to go to Window and Gradient. And now what you want to do is come over here and click to activate this gradient. And then from this point, you can just go in here and click on your colors and your slider right there, and it will apply your gradient. Now, here's a little tip for you. Let's say you want to apply the entire gradient across the entire artwork instead of all those letters individually. Well, we have to do one more thing before we go to our gradient panel. So we need to go to Object and Compound Path and Make. This makes our artwork into a compound path instead of being broken up into individual elements. So now we go back over here to our gradient panel, click on our gradient to activate it, and as you can see, now everything is continuous from the left going over to the right, and it's not being broke up into individual letters. All right, next up, your objects are snapping in weird spots, and the most common cause of this is you've got different things turned on that are conflicting with each other. So go up here to View, and you've got Snap to Grid, Snap to Pixel, and Snap to Point all turned on at the same time. Me personally, I like to leave on Snap to Grid. That's the most common thing that we're going to be working with, and as you can see right here, this is actually causing a lot smoother snapping than what we had before. Okay, next up, the Eyedropper tool is picking up both the type and the color of whatever I'm clicking on. So for this example, we're using Comic Sans, the most beloved font of all time. So let's click over here on the left side, and we want to change the color of this to the same orange that this one is on the right. The problem is that it's not picking up just on the color. It's also picking up on all of the properties that are associated with that type. So it's picking up the size, the leading, the kerning, the color, the tracking, everything. So we want it to only pick up on the orange. Fine, all we have to do is select it and activate our eyedropper tool and hold down Shift on our keyboard and simply click, and now we've picked up just the color and not all of the other properties. Okay, so next up is layering. So obviously we want this green to be on top of this pink right here, but when we go to bring forward or bring to front, it's not actually bringing it to the front. What's happening? Well, what's happening is that green box is on another layer and it is below layer 1 in our layers panel. Now you're a lot less likely to run into something like this because Illustrator handles layers very differently from Photoshop. In Photoshop, each object gets its own layer. In Illustrator, each layer contains a series of elements. And anytime you bring in a new element, it's going to stay on that same layer unless you accidentally create a new layer. So in a situation like this, I would just go over to the layers panel and we're just going to drag this rectangle up into layer 1, and that way it's in the same layer and we can now move it with our bring to front and bring forward tools. All right, and lastly, if you're having a hard time seeing your anchor points when you're in direct select mode, this might be because your anchor points are not highlighting when you're hovering over them. So in order to fix this, go up here to Illustrator, Settings, and go to Selection and Anchor Display. And then just click on Highlight Anchors on mouse over. And now when you hover over the anchor points, they will enlarge and you can see them a lot easier. All right, well, I hope this video was helpful to you. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please let me know down in the comments below. If this was helpful, please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.